Alex, and I mean the handwriting's on the wall. The handwriting was on the wall late last week when we looked at this area that we were going to get another storm, and certainly when you look at the satellite picture, our area of thunderstorms is starting to get better organized.
Yeah, they certainly are. And I was looking at a satellite earlier that's able to kind of take a look at what the wind speeds are doing currently at the surface. And I'm already starting to see signs that there's a bit of a circulation starting to form south of Jamaica right now. Hurricane hunters will be in this thing early this afternoon, so we should get a much better idea of where this center is starting to consolidate. And that will certainly help with the forecast here going forward.
All right, ideal conditions for development. I want to show you this. This is the ocean heat content, Gulf of Mexico and also the Caribbean. And ocean heat content, a little different product than just looking at the water temperatures.
Yeah, it certainly is. The ocean heat content essentially is how deep into the ocean, right, those warm waters extend. Now, everywhere where you see orange and red on this map is where the 80-degree temperature line extends 300 to even 400 feet down below the surface of the ocean there. And the Western Caribbean has the highest ocean heat content of the entire Atlantic basin. And that's exactly where we expect this tropical storm and eventual hurricane to develop in.
Let's take a little x-ray of the atmosphere here. A couple of things on the water vapor loop of note. Dry air not anywhere around the center of circulation, Alex. As you said, it's broad. There's a lot of moisture in the blue and white. But you see what I see? An overall clockwise circulation across the Caribbean. Why is that important?
Yeah, that's important because that's an area of high pressure essentially building over top of whatever's going to be developing, and that allows the storm to really breathe here. And you can see here, this is our wind shear product, the light purple indicating areas of very, very low wind shear. Around the Caribbean, you see areas of very high wind shear, but there's a pocket there where we expect this storm to develop very little to no wind shear. And so that's why I think this could develop very, very quickly once a center starts getting consolidated.
And you had mentioned to me this yesterday, you were concerned not only of a hurricane, that this was going to go to a major hurricane by the time we get into the weekend here. And major hurricane, maximum sustained winds of at least 111 miles per hour.
Yeah, I think certainly we'll be dealing with a hurricane by the end of this week, and I think we'll be dealing with a major hurricane at least no later than this weekend here. Again, all the conditions are coming together for this to rapidly intensify. Again, we have plenty of moisture, low wind shear, very, very warm water temperatures and ocean heat content. I don't really see a whole lot that could prevent this from really exploding into a major hurricane. I guess the only thing I really see is potential land interaction. The storm could get close to Central America, and if it gets close to Central America, it could kind of tangle with the land a little bit there, and that could, prevent this from getting really, really powerful. But either way, I do expect a strong hurricane to be in the Western Caribbean here over the next couple of days.
All right, really quickly here, this system kind of meanders around in the Caribbean or in the Northwest Caribbean as we head toward the weekend. And then here's the problem. High pressure. We were hoping that high would stay maintained across Florida and drive this away from the United States, perhaps moving west. There's nothing that suggests that any longer, though. That high leaves. Then you have that dip in the jet stream coming in across Texas. And that is why the window's open for Florida.
Yeah, it certainly is. We're expecting a turn to the north sometime, and it's going to depend how close it gets to land to see how strong it gets in the Gulf of Mexico. If it can avoid land, if it can kind of take more of that eastern side of our cone here, it could avoid a lot of that land, and we could be dealing with potentially even a major hurricane in the southern Gulf of Mexico here. Now, a better case would be if it goes into land here, it kind of disrupts the circulation. But either way, I think the residents of Central and South Florida need to watch this very, very carefully, as we could very well have a hurricane on their doorstep mid to late next week.
AccuWeather lead hurricane expert Alex De Silva. Alex, thanks for joining us here on AccuWeather Early.